Hey everybody, ATQTube is back. What's up? It's Taco. Sorry about the hiatus. My camera and I were separated from each other, but now we are reunited, and it couldn't come at a better time as Oregon travels into the desert to take on Arizona State on Thursday night. This is really the biggest game for the Ducks so far this season. Arizona State playing very, very well under first-year head coach Todd Graham, who has taken what was last year one of the most undisciplined football teams in the country and turned them into really an efficient group. On offense, personnel-wise, this Arizona State team mirrors Oregon's in a lot of ways. They run different styles. Arizona State's offense much more balanced. But in terms of personnel, very similar. They will use two quarterbacks in the game. Taylor Kelly will get the bulk of the snaps, but Michael Eubank, who's more of a dual threat guy, more of a runner, will get a couple series as a change of pace. Like Kenyon Barner, the Sun Devils have their own consistent feature back in Cameron Marshall, who you'll hear about it a lot, is the brother of Oregon freshman Byron Marshall. And they also have their own version of DeAnthony Thomas in running back DJ Foster. He's a speed guy, a guy who can come in and make big plays in the run game as well as a receiver. Speaking of the receiving game, again, like Oregon, Arizona State will spread the ball around. 6 receivers for the Sun Devils have 14 or more catches on the year. They are led by tight end Chris Coyle, so look for Taylor Kelly to try and find Coyle a lot on Thursday night. One thing that will come up this week and could be a major factor on Thursday night is penalties. Arizona State, last year, they were good for at least a couple of 15-yard unsportsmanlike conducts a game. Lots of turnovers, shooting themselves in the foot as well. This year, averaging only 4.5 penalties per game, and of those penalties, only 7 yards per play. So even when they are making mistakes, they tend to be more of the 5-yard variety rather than the big drive-altering type of penalties. Those are the type of penalties that Oregon has been committing. Oregon averages 9 yards per penalty so far this season and 7.5 penalties a game. So the sloppiness and the penalties are something that Oregon has to clean up, and it's a major advantage to the Sun Devils in this one. On defense, really the stars so far this year on defense has been the pass rush. Arizona State leads the country in sacks with 28. Granted, they have done it against offensive lines like Colorado and Northern Arizona. But all that aside, you can only beat the teams that you play, and Arizona State has done that very well. Their only loss this season was to Missouri, and still that was on the road, and they only gave up 24 points, which is the most points they've given up this season. So for Oregon to win, they're going to have to beat an Arizona State defense that hasn't been beaten that way before. I think this falls a lot on Marcus Mariota and his decision-making. If he can stay turnover-free, especially in the first half, try and limit those mistakes and really run an efficient type of offense similar to what we saw against Arkansas State or against Arizona in the second half. I think this could be a big Duck win, but this is a game that could get close and could stay close into the third and fourth quarter, just based on the way that Arizona State plays. Very little mistakes. If you want to make the movie comparison, Arizona State is Iceman while Oregon is Maverick. Take your pick who you want flying the fighter plane, but really at this point in the season they both look very good. Stay tuned to addictedtoquack.com all week for news and analysis. This has been Takimoto. We'll catch you next time.